We turn to shocking allegations against late labor icon César Chávez. A fellow labor rights leader, Dolores Huerta, says Chávez sexually abused her and others during his tenure as president of the United Farm Workers Union.
It's been hard to absorb this. You know, Jen and I are very close with Dolores, so many of us are, but very close. Have been for decades and decades, and none of us knew.
In a statement, Huerta said she stayed silent for 60 years out of concern her words would hurt the farm worker movement. So what recourse do victims have after decades of keeping these allegations to themselves? ABC 10 News reporter Laura Acevedo spoke with one lawyer about how any legal action may play out.
César Chávez led the United Farm Workers Union for more than 3 decades. Though the women accusing him of abuse can't legally go after his estate, an attorney explains they could potentially go after the union, depending on who knew what and when.
If this is true, he's not an icon. He's an evil man.
Bombshell accusations against labor rights leader César Chávez. A New York Times investigation revealing Chávez is accused of sexually abusing girls who worked alongside him in the labor movement, including his right-hand woman, Dolores Huerta, who Wednesday accused him of rape.
It's like accusing Martin Luther King of abuse. And, you know, in my experience, these cases are never just 1 or 2.
John Manley is a lawyer who represents victims of sexual assault and abuse. He says the women can't go after the Chávez estate, but California law does allow for other civil litigation.
Anytime before age 40, you can file, or 3 years after the time the light goes on in your head and said, I've got emotional issues and the problems of my life are related to what happened to me as a little girl.
Chávez died in 1993, but he founded and led the United Farm Workers Union for decades. I covered the UFW for years when I worked in Bakersfield, interviewing Dolores Huerta multiple times, and was there when Chávez's wife was laid to rest at his national monument. Manley says the union could be liable if they were aware of or involved in any kind of cover-up in the alleged abuse.
If there is evidence that they were aware that he was doing this and did nothing, it's conceivable there may be litigation against it.
The union has canceled all César Chávez activities this month and has called the allegations disturbing, indefensible, and something they are taking very seriously. Laura Acevedo, ABC 10 News.
The family of Chávez released a statement saying they're devastated by the New York Times article about their father. It read, in part, "We wish peace and healing to the survivors and commend their courage to come forward. As a family steeped in the values of equity and justice, we honor the voices of those who feel unheard and who report sexual abuse. They are asking for understanding and privacy." San Diego Community College District released a statement saying the allegations against Chávez are disturbing and said, in part, at this time, the district is reviewing its planned participation in César Chávez Day activities, as well as its broader connection to Chávez, including the naming of the César E. Chávez campus in Barrio Logan.